Well, good afternoon, everybody. I hope you're having a great week too so far. If you caught yesterday's video, I started talking about these 6 macro habits of health. And so now I'm going to dive a little deeper into each one of them. So let's talk about healthy weight management first. This is normally where most people start. Not everybody here I know is probably in weight loss mode. You may just be here for other habits, including exercise. But if that's something you're interested in doing, then let's dive in a little bit deeper into what is involved in making that happen. So if you're one of my Optavia clients, of course, if you're in weight loss mode, you're doing 5-in-1 right now. And so that's kind of the structure we're going to talk about. Of course, if you're doing your own structured eating program, you're on another program that, of course, follow those protocols. If you're just sort of modifying your eating habits, trying to find a way to lose weight, then some of this information may be very helpful. First of all, one of the foundational principles of how we eat in Optavia is that we are eating 5 to 6 times a day. Now, in the weight loss mode, we're eating 6 times a day. So we eat the first meal within an hour of waking up. So the minute your eyes open, clock is ticking, you have an hour to get that first meal in. And then we eat about every 2.5 to 3 hours. That's the optimal window. 2 to 3.5 hours is the full window. We don't want to go too much out of that. Our blood sugar drops too low, and we don't want to eat too soon, because then we could wind up going into fat storage. So that's the interval that through really tons of clinical studies, especially an amazing one out of Canada, really showed us that even if you eat the same amount of calories 1 time, 3 times, 6 times a day, the 6 times a day is the optimal way to eat it. Your body gets everything it needs in about 3 hours from whatever you ate 3 hours ago, and now it's time to refuel. So that's the first thing. Second thing, of course, is we're not, calories in and calories out is an old model, and it doesn't work anymore. Not that calories aren't important, it's just that they're not equal to each other. A Twinkie calorie is certainly not equal to let's say leafy green type of calorie. So I focus more on the glycemic index. And so what you want to do is, if you're not familiar with it, you can do some Google searches. You will see what foods are low, what foods are moderate, what foods are high. And you really want to stay in that low for the most part. You can do a little bit of moderate, but it depends on how much you're trying to lose here and how quickly you want to lose it. So that's one way of looking at this. I also look at it is that you can have more what you would consider meals for, like, let's say breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or you could pick any 2 of those combinations. And then you have what we call fueling breaks in between. And these could be about 100 to 200 calories in caloric size. You want it to be low glycemic. I'm also a proponent of kind of staying away from grains. Again, that's I know not everybody agrees with me. Certainly if you're vegan, you will be 100% against what I'm saying here. But I do feel that grains are probably some of the biggest issues in our country today on why we're dealing with such high obesity rates and such high diabetic rates. So those are things you can start with right now. I'll probably dive a little bit deeper as we go on. I'm going to put a couple of links up so you can see what we call a lean and green meal. That's a great template for either a breakfast, lunch, or dinner. And then I'm going to put another link up to what we call sample fueling breaks. In Optavia, we have our own fueling breaks that makes it, very turnkey. But then we also have a list of fueling breaks that you can make yourself. And so I'm going to put that up as well. As always, if you have a specific question, please reach out to me. You can comment below, or you can private message me. So, okay, have a great day. Take care, everybody. Bye.